What's up guys, it's LordBoth here with another video, and I don't want to say that the guys over at Overwatch are pressing the panic button, but they're definitely reacting to Marvel Rivals. This comes to us from IGN entitled, Blizzard reveals radical overhaul of Overwatch 2, including return of loot boxes, perks, and third-person mode. Overwatch 2 is undergoing some radical changes heading into 2025, while the roadmap ahead includes much of what you'd expect to see in terms of new content. The core gameplay itself will see a seismic shift, including the additions of hero perks. The changes come amid significant pressure on Blizzard to spark renewed interest and enthusiasm in Overwatch 2 as it faces tough competition from the likes of NetEase's hugely popular rival hero shooter Marvel Rivals. So yeah, even IGN can draw the lines here. Marvel Rivals is the #1 hero shooter right now, not Overwatch. And the funny thing is, you can either play Overwatch 2, which has lost like 40% of its player base since Marvel Rivals came out, or you could go play Marvel Rivals, which is apparently having a hacking problem. So let's just say the state of hero shooters is not great right now. Though very, very popular, it's a dicey field. So here are the highlights. Overwatch 2 is adding hero perks. Each hero will now have 2 perks, minor and major, to select at newly ascribed levels throughout the match. At level 2, a minor perk can upgrade a base aspect of the hero in some way. These levels are doled out over the course of a match, eventually unlocking gameplay shifting alterations. Stadium is a new round-based mode with third person. Stadium is a 5v5 best of 7 round-based competitive mode where players accrue and spend currency between bouts to improve their heroes. That almost sounds like Fortnite Ballistic. Perks are not in Stadium, but that doesn't seem to mean that those additions will not make it in some way and at some point. Alongside the added modification options and rounds, Stadium also introduces a third-person mode to see, quote, more of the battlefield and your modifications in action. Let's be honest, it lets you see your character. Because, surprise, surprise, people who like to play hero shooters like to see their cool little characters and the skins they bought for them. Not just see everybody else's cool little characters and the skins they're wearing. My guess is that it might have a little bit to do with Marvel Rivals' popularity as well. Goats are coming to Overwatch Classic. Blizzard is continuing to experiment with several other play modes, including 6v6 and Overwatch Classic. Freya arrives in Season 16 and Aqua follows, which are, I guess, new characters that they're going to be adding in the game over the coming year, which they do need to add new characters because Marvel Rivals did take a specific shot at Overwatch saying that they were going to add a character like every month, I think, or something like that. Loot boxes are back. Yes, the infamous loot box is coming back to Overwatch after disappearing amid the transition into battle passes and other options for cosmetics. Blizzard is adding loot boxes back. That's right, fam. We can start gambling again. Hero bans, map voting, and more are coming to competitive play. Cosmetics galore. A gigantic amount of cosmetics were shown throughout today's stream, spotlighting numerous new looks for the heroes of Overwatch 2. Competitive landscape grows. Overwatch's competitive side is also expanding, with a new stage added in China and more live events, which the team says will double the amount of gameplay and broadcasts. And we gotta be honest here, Overwatch is one of the largest competitive games, right? Esports is all about the Overwatch. The point is, the reaction to Marvel Rivals is real and it is here. And the Overwatch devs' response seems to be just spam fucking content. Just spam as much as you can. Just tell them all the new stuff that we're doing. So much stuff. You won't believe the amount of stuff that we're doing. It's crazy. We got loot boxes and skins and cosmetics and new game modes. And because that's what happens when you lose about 40% of your player base. You get the very loud, very slippery panic nut. And that's what the press circuit has got here. That's what we've all gotten here. We've gotten Overwatch's panic nut all over us, to the point where it's a little difficult to keep track of all the new stuff they say they're doing. And it's even more hard to predict exactly, will this even drive in new players or bring back old players? Because I'm getting the feeling, I don't think so. To be honest, it might be a little too late for all this. And I think Marvel Rivals is just kind of the hot new toy right now. And everybody wants to play with that. And until that cools off or maybe a third competitor shows up, nobody's going to really care about Overwatch. Maybe if a third competitor enters the bout, Overwatch can kind of claim that classic role that kind of like, hey, we were the first to really innovate all this. But until then, they're just kind of in a fight with Marvel Rivals. And one in which they're getting their clock cleaned. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. And we'll talk to you again later.